Mesa King. I'm the Environmental Resources Administrator at Nevada Irrigation District. We are here at the Gate 1 campground of Scotts Flat Reservoir. We've been employing forestry practices on both sides of the reservoir. Nevada Irrigation District has really modified its approach to water resources, shifting its gaze to the watersheds as being the ultimate source of water. Something that's really important to keep in mind is that we all live in a watershed. We live in a watershed, we work in a watershed. You're always in a watershed. It's the land area that would drain to any particular river or creek or lake. An integral piece of that is addressing forest health and fire risk.
My name's Kevin Whitlock. I am a registered professional forester in the state of California. I have been practicing forestry for well over 30 years. Here with Nevada Irrigation District, we've been working on the forestry aspect for about 4 years.
Our watershed approach really blends a forest ecology approach to thinning the forest to create a multi-species community. Fire suppression for over 100 years has made the forests very vulnerable to large fires like the King Fire or the Rim Fire.
The importance of the fuel break is to stop up canyon as well as down canyon fires. So imagine, if you will, a fire starting late September from up canyon and working its way down towards Nevada City. This cross canyon fuel break would work to slow it down.
Looking at the current statistics, we have 8 out of 10 fires at the county scale are caused by humans. We are prioritizing the treatment of our forests in this mid-elevation band where we see hundreds of thousands of visitors annually that come to our campgrounds. Without proper fire fuels reduction, you've got an elevated risk for wildfire that threatens both human health and property and also the health of the forest. And then the forest being part of the watershed, it's the water resources that are also at risk.
NID is part of the community, and we need to be responsible to our community. And to the extent that we own lands that are overstocked with trees and underbrush and so on, and that they present a significant fire risk to our neighbors, it's really incumbent upon us to manage our lands for the overall good of the community.
When we remove competition within the stand, hopefully what we're getting is a more resilient, more healthy forest, because we've taken out a lot of the competition. We've targeted dead, dying, and diseased trees, not all of the dead trees. We want to leave some snags for wildlife considerations.
Our reservoirs are highly vulnerable to sedimentation. Fire can exacerbate soil erosion and other things.
The Sierra Nevadas contribute 60% of the water supply to the state of California. And inside that area is a tremendous amount of watershed. For NID, the whole upper division is 70,000 acres. And so we have to start not just working in our reservoirs, but also working in our streams and in those watersheds.
So within our watershed, there being a house under every pine tree, as population dynamics increase, we get an increase of population, we get more, the use of the resources. That not only with regard to the landscape, but with regard to the water. If we can manage our forests, one, for fire hazard reduction, to reduce the risk of fire, and gain water yield and duration over time, that is, in the next 10 to 20 years, hopefully we can meet that increased demand as far as population goes. So like Mother Nature, forest management is an ongoing process. What we've done here today, we'll have to come back within 10, 15 years and do it again to maintain the growth.
So the Scotts Flat project is really, if we think about it on scale, it's really just pilot scale. So we need to be able to take what we're learning at Scotts Flat, and we've learned a lot. We need to take that forward into much larger portions of the watershed, ones that are more intricate. The Scotts Flat projects were really the proving ground of a concept that we've had at the district over the last year and a half, and that is that if we're working in those watersheds, we're now protecting the watershed around the reservoir itself.
It's always about the watershed, and that connects upstream neighbor to downstream, as well as connects us from the past to the present and now into the future.